Okay, let's go to the garden. Right, guys? Carly Q and Susie are going to the garden. It is Friday, July the 30th, and we're out here in the tomato forest. As you can see, the tomatoes still continue to do extremely well. This one here, I've had to add additional support at the top of it. Is now getting probably pretty close to 7 foot tall, so that's about the tallest one I've had in just ages. The other ones are doing good too, except I do have one. Well, I've got some bad leaves on a few of them. See, there's some leaves. I need to cut a few branches, leaves off of that one. Here on this side of this one right here, I've cut some leaves off of it. You might be able to tell it looks a little bit bare on this side. Let me just zoom in on some of these delicious tomatoes. And believe you me, they really have been just really delicious. I said really twice. But these tomatoes deserve some reallys. It's rained absolutely every single day since I did my last garden video. I'm sure it'll be after August 1st before this gets posted and resoluted on YouTube. So I can go ahead and tell you right now that I have picked 84 tomatoes so far in the garden. 84 is the count, and I didn't pick yesterday. So I do expect that I'll probably get a bumper crop here today since I didn't pick yesterday. Probably get 20, in excess of 20 today. I'll definitely be over 100 here today. Ooh, that's a nice one right there. I need to go ahead and pick them even though they're not a dark red because I don't want them to fall and bust, and plus that's a very heavy branch there. Now that is really a nice tomato. That'll be perfect to eat in a couple of days. Right up here we have another very nice one. I can get a little weight off of my vine. Here's another big one right up there. Let's see how big this one winds up being. I know you can't see hardly what I'm doing here, but c'est la vie, so it goes. Another very nice one. Although it's got some boogers been invading it there in the top, it'll still be very good. So there you are, 3. Let's hide the booger. Yep, there we go. That looks more picturesque. So anybody that gets less than 100 on the tomatoes, which a few people did, sorry guys, but you're already out of the running. This right here, I think, is looking like some early stage blight. You see this dark areas right here, and I had to throw several tomatoes away here just a minute ago. I'm pretty sure that this is some blight, and really at this stage there's not much you can do about it. You really need to start spraying something on them, which I've always been loath to spray anything on my crops. You really need to spray something on them before the blight starts if you expect to do any good at controlling it at all. But if see, this is less blight that I had at this stage last year, and I still wound up with a tremendous crop of tomatoes. But it's all dependent on the rain. If it'll quit raining, which it's been raining absolutely every single day around here, if it will quit raining and just dry up for a couple of weeks, the blight won't advance all that much at all, really. But if it keeps raining, and it rains enough, I mean, you can lose plants in a pretty big hurry, but we'll hope for the best. This is a little bit more severe example of it in here. Definitely blight. Definitely some late blight going on right here. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Oh well, I'd hope to get by with 0 blight and my plants to make it till frost, but that's really not going to happen. There's no way they'll make it till frost. But should still be a good crop if it'll quit raining. Right, Susie? It needed to quit raining. Okay, and let's move on to the peppers. This first one here is some kind of bell pepper, is all I know right from memory. But yeah, it's the biggest from a foliage standpoint of all of them. And yeah, the ones in the top is pretty little, but some of the ones in the bottom are getting there. They're about like that. It'll still be a month or so before they start turning. And they are red beauty bell peppers, what that is. And moving on here, we got, of course, our banana peppers here. And some of the banana peppers actually are turning orange on me. See there, the orange. And I like them either way. Whenever they're kind of, before they start turning orange, I like them, and after they're orange. As long as they're just not too green, they're just excellent peppers, and they are pretty hot actually. And here's these other bell peppers. These are some Golden Wonder bell peppers right here. This is the biggest bell on the plantation so far. This one right here, I've shown it before, but that's a good sized bell pepper right there. And I've not ate any of the green bell peppers yet. I'd just much rather wait for them to change color before eating them. And this wall of peppers right here is the Cubanelles. And it really is just about a solid wall of peppers. And these Cubanelles actually do change colors too. There's one right there. It's kind of turning brown a little bit, and it'll wind up turning orange. And they are good. I prefer to, of course, just like most of them, to let the Cubanelles turn color before I eat them. We do have these pizza peppers in here. These are turning color. These were a really kind of bright green, and they were smooth. Now they're getting like a typical jalapeno. They're getting a little cracks in them, and they're turning a little bit brownish, and then they will wind up turning red, and then they'll be ready to eat if they don't catch the rest of the peppers on fire or anything before then. Not a lot going on in the garden now. I mean, basically we're down to just tomatoes and peppers. Lots of peppers, lots of tomatoes. The only other change, I guess, is my compost pile was getting far enough along to where I put some tin over the top of part of it, because when it gets pretty far along, when it gets broken down enough, and you have like these huge gully washer rains like what we've been having here, it can start leaching some of the nutrients out of your compost. It can make it just too wet. Okay, and yeah, the squash is just gone. Just gone. Same as no squash. I quit eating it a couple of weeks ago, and it was really fantastic while it lasted. I probably had at least 20 messes of it anyway. And the second group of cucumbers even are just about gone out. I'm still getting 4 or 5 cucumbers a day off of them. And this is what the blight generally will look like when it affects your tomato there. So I will be throwing this one away so it won't be counting up in my tomato count. Okay, let's see what we got here in the old garden today. Quite a big haul. All of these here, this is 18 right there, they all came out of my little short, small early girl that I've shown several times and talked about how heavily laden with tomatoes it was. But all of them are just about this same size, kind of a smallish size. The rest of them, on the other hand, well, some of them anyway, are quite a bit larger than those early girls. See how many we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's a total of 38 tomatoes to add to our count here. So we got 84 and 38. 84, 94, 104, 114. 122 tomatoes. Right, Susie? 122. Unless my brilliant mathematical mind has led me down again or something. Okay, so really that's pretty much it from the garden. I will keep the video where I'm running the tomato guessing contest. I'll keep it updated just periodically on the amount of tomatoes. Okay. Yeah, wow, that is close up, close up. Bye, everybody.